Hey, what it do, sports world, and welcome to the Real Untouchable Podcast with me, Ray Diggs. Hey, I got a great segment for you all. Hey, before I get started on this segment right here, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the share button. All right. Hey man, give me some feedback. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. I love this stuff. Y'all know I love doing this stuff. All right. And also make sure y'all hit the Facebook page, the Instagram. All right. That Facebook page right there. I might want to. I'm gonna update this right here so I can put my other Facebook page, which is my podcast page. So you all can go ahead and subscribe to that. But hey, I want to talk about the Eagles game last night, y'all. I want to talk about what I feel, how I look at the Eagles after the second game of the season, and why I feel this team right here, when healthy, is at least a minimum a top 3 team in the NFL. All right. And I got them behind the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. And I kind of got them in Dallas pretty much tied. All right. So let's talk about the game. All right. Let's start off with Jalen Hurts. All right. Actually, yeah, let's start off with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had a pretty good game. Some of the things I didn't like that he was doing, I feel like it was questionable, but he had a good game. He was 18 for 23, 183 yards. He was sacked 4 times. But a lot of those sacks wasn't on his offensive line. A lot of those sacks was on him. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Interception was a terrible interception that he threw. I didn't understand. I didn't even know who the hell he was throwing it to. But in the end, he had a pretty good game. All right, but it was DeAndre Swift. I looked at DeAndre Swift in my fantasy league, and I'm like, man, you know what? I should take DeAndre Swift because I know that the kid can play. I know that he can ball. But I didn't take him. And guess what he did? 28 carries, 175 yards, and 1 touchdown. Boston Scott had 40 yards. Jalen Hurts had 35 yards. You know, they had they had 260 yards rushing. Devontae Smith, he did basically Devontae Smith type of stuff. He had 4 catches for 131 yards and 1 touchdown. He only had 5 targets. AJ Brown had six targets, 4 catches, 29 yards. And that's probably why he was pissed off. That's probably why him and Jalen Hurts had the exchange that they had on the sideline because he wanted more, more looks. But if you're winning, why do it even matter? But I understand, he's a wide receiver. He's a diva. Everybody know those wide receivers, they're divas. So I feel like he wanted the ball more because, these incentives. Hey, if I get this many catches, I get this amount of money. So I understand, it's all about the money. And that's basically what you play the game for. I mean, you play it for the love, but you also play it for the money as well. All right. So the Eagles, they had a hell of a, they played a really, really good game. I will say the Eagles got one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. Jalen Carter, again, I'm telling y'all, he's going to be a star. He's going to be a star in this league. And the reason why I know, and this right here is what really burns me up when it comes to scouts. Y'all didn't see this right here at Georgia. Y'all didn't see the way this dude was playing at Georgia, right? Come on, man, be real. You saw this. You saw this man pick up LSU quarterback with one arm and hold up the other arm like it wasn't nothing. So I don't understand how did y'all let this man fall down to the second to number 10 in the draft for the Eagles to draft him when y'all know that he was easily a number 3 pick, 4 pick, 5 pick. He shouldn't never slip past 5. Come on now, just be honest with yourself. This dude right here is dominating right now as a rookie. I'm looking at him last night, and I'm just keeping an eye on him. This dude is double team every single play. Rookie. Every single play he's been double teamed. Why y'all think that they defensive ends is getting all the sacks? Because they're double teaming these defensive tackles. In the second, I'm gonna be honest. Now the Eagles, they got issues at linebacker. They got issues in that secondary. If they secondary don't get better, I can honestly see this team right here losing to the Dallas Cowboys because their secondary is going to have to be better because the way Justin Jefferson was killing them last night and Jordan Addison was killing them, to be honest with you, let's talk about Kirk Cousins. If you didn't know, If you didn't watch the game, Kirk Cousins was 31 for 44, 364 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He was sacked twice. Now, they only had 28 yards rushing. But if you only read Kirk Cousins' stats, you'll be like, the Vikings definitely won in a blowout. Justin Jefferson, 11 catches, 159 yards. Should have had 1 tub. Addison, 72 yards. Hockenson, 66 yards. But you want to know what killed them? 4 fumbles. If you give them 4 takeaways, if you give them 4 fumbles, you're gonna definitely lose the game. And that's where the game, because the Minnesota defense actually played pretty good. You know, after going down 27-7, they pretty much played good for the rest of the game. Kirk Cousins was making, damn. I'm not a really big Kirk Cousins fan, but I'm gonna give props where props is due. The dude was making some throws, and I'm just like, dude, damn, that right there was a man. How did he see that? Getting blitzed the way he's getting blitzed, throwing the ball on the money with a man with a defender in his face. He played a good game. He played a good first game. Did you know that Kirk Cousins don't have 1 interception this season? Kirk Cousins is playing a really good season for this Minnesota Vikings team to be 0-2. You would think this team right here would be a bare minimum of at least 1-1. But they're 0-2. And that is because they don't have a run game. I don't know why they would let Dalvin Cook go. That right there might be one of the worst things that they ever did. Is let Dalvin Cook go and not get a replacement for him. Because the running game that they got, Alexander Madison, that dude had 8 carries for 28 yards. That's 3.5 yards a carry. So basically, he should have stayed at home, to be honest with you. He really didn't do nothing. And we're not going to even talk about the drops. He had at least a minimum of about 2 drops. And if I'm not mistaken, he definitely had a costly fumble. But that's the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings did this to themselves by letting go of a running back that was definitely, he was injured. He was injured at the time, but he was capable of at least getting you 800, 900 yards, maybe even 1,000 with Dalvin Cook. So that's what I don't get. Why would you put yourself in that situation knowing that you need a running back and the running back is the weakness on your team right now? Because I ain't gonna even lie. I love Jordan Addison. I think Jordan Addison is gonna be a baller. I ain't gonna even lie. I liked him at USC. I liked him at Pitt. I think he's gonna be a baller. Now, this right here, what the Minnesota Vikings could do before I get off of this. This is what the Minnesota Vikings could do. Tank for Caleb Williams. Now, if they can tank for Caleb Williams and get Caleb Williams down there in Minnesota, I'm gonna be honest. The NFL is in trouble. And this is the reason why. Now, you got Caleb Williams, which is a franchise quarterback, generational talent, with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison with Hockenson in the middle. That's right there is what you're going to have. If that's what they're doing, I ain't going to even lie. I wouldn't be mad at him because I wish the Patriots would tank for him. And I like Mac Jones. I like Mac Jones. I do. I like him. But I like Caleb Williams more, as you can see. Flag in the back. I'm not a big USC fan. I just got all types of backdrops. You see? So, with that being said, the Minnesota Vikings, they're 0-2, but they could easily be 2-0 because of the play of their quarterback. And the Philadelphia Eagles could easily be 0-2. It seemed like when you think about it, how bad they played the first 2 games, honestly, last night they actually didn't play that bad, but that it was bad. But it seemed like they are the team that's 0-2 instead of being 2-0. But that just tell you how good this team is. This team right here can be special. This team right here can go back to the Super Bowl again this year if everybody's on the same page, meaning A.J. Brown. I talked about A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts situation. You got to go to my other video to look at that and what I think about that. Will that affect this team going forward? But this is a Super Bowl team. The Eagles is a Super Bowl team. No doubt in my mind that this team right here can win a Super Bowl. If everybody's on the same page. And that's what I saw last night. And that's right there is my Minnesota Vikings, Philadelphia Eagles Thursday night football post game. Two teams that's going in two different directions. Seemed like one team could easily be 2-0, but they're 0-2. And it seemed like the other team could easily be 0-2, and they're 2-0. The Philadelphia Eagles, it just feel like they're 0-2. With the Minnesota Vikings, it kind of feel like they should be a minimum of 1-1. But you're 0-2 and you're 2-0. And guess what? I looked at the Eagles' schedule, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I see the Eagles being 7-0 before they had a first hard game. And I'm gonna say this right here. They play the Buccaneers next, the Commanders, the Rams, then the Jets. Before they got before they have a game against the Philadelphia Eagles. against the Miami Dolphins. That's going to be the first game where they can actually lose. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-0. 6-0 at a minimum right now. Then they have the Dolphins, the Commanders, and then they play the Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills. Now that's when they go through their hard stretch. So the Eagles really need to get off to a nice start right now. Get the wins now. So when you go to the Dolphins, when you play against the Dolphins, you play against the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Bills, the 49ers, and then the Cowboys again. You already got about 7-8 wins already up under your belt. So those games right there, you can lose 4 of those games and still come out with a really, really good record because the back end is pretty soft as well with it being the Seahawks, the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Giants. So they could easily, after they play the Cowboys the last time at Dallas, go 4-0. So this team right here is prime. As long as they stay healthy, they got a lot of injuries right now. As long as they stay healthy, this team right here is really prime to go far. As long as they stay disciplined and as long as they stay engaged and remember what the task at hand is, and that's a Super Bowl. Because it's easy to lose focus of what the task at hand is, what's important. And that's a Super Bowl. Just like last night when Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown exchanged. All right. That can ruin the whole team right there. Look at what's going on in Buffalo. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. But hey, man, thank y'all, man. Make sure y'all give me y'all feedback, what y'all think about this situation, what y'all think about the Eagles, what y'all think about the Minnesota Vikings. And we can discuss it and talk about it. All right. Thank y'all again for listening to another great segment of the Real Untouchable Podcast with me, Ray Diggs. Peace and have a blessed day. Peace.